BJP leader and Prime Minister Modi urges militant outfits to shun violence and contribute in making Atmanirbhar Assam. Election campaign gains momentum ahead of third and final phase of polls in Assam. Election Commission reduces Himanta's campaign bar. Government to replace all normal bulbs with LED bulbs in next few years, says Environment Minister Prakash Javadekar. Congress leader Salman Khurshid slams BJP over Citizenship Amendment Act 2019. And Ulfa releases one of the two abducted Quipo employees. A very good evening, viewers. Welcome to the Northeast News Bulletin from the studios of DDK Guwahati. This is Hansraj, and now the stories in detail. Prime Minister and senior BJP leader Narendra Modi urged militant outfits to shun violence and to contribute in making Atmanirbhar Assam. He said that the NDA government is working towards bringing permanent peace in the state, and the results has been seen at Bodoland territorial region during the last 1.5 years, and appealed to the militants who are yet to lay down arms to return to the mainstream. Addressing an election rally at Tamulpur today, the Prime Minister alleged that the Congress rule in Assam witnessed violence, bombs and use of arms. He also mentioned that the government is working to implement the Assam Accord. Modi said that the people of the state are with development, stability, peace and brotherhood now, and the people would not support violence and instability anymore.
असम को दशकों तक हिंसा और अस्थिरता देने वाले अब असम के लोगों को एक पल भी स्वीकार नहीं है.
With barely 24 hours left to campaign for the third and final phase of Assam Assembly elections, all political parties have intensified their respective outreach activities. BJP leader and Assam Chief Minister Sarbananda Sonowal today addressed an election rally at Abhayapuri in Bongaigaon district, where he claimed BJP had fulfilled all its promises made in 2016 and created a corruption-free administration. He also slammed rival Congress for poor development in the state during its 15 years rule from 2001. The BPF, meanwhile, held a series of election rallies in lower Assam districts. At Gauripur in Dhubri district, while addressing a mammoth election rally, BPF leader Hagrama Mohilari said Congress-led alliance will form the next government, as people of Assam have already rejected the ruling political dispensation of Assam. In Guwahati, Ahom Jatiyo Porikhod, AJP took out a procession in support of party's candidates and appealed people to vote for the political party which intends to save identity and culture of the Assamese community. The Election Commission on Saturday relaxed its 48 hours campaigning ban on Himanta Biswa Sarma to 24 hours. With this, the top BJP leader of Assam can now campaign on the last day before the last phase of the polling on 6th of April. The Election Commission on Thursday issued a show-cause notice to Sarma for allegedly making threatening remarks against the top leader of Bodoland People's Front. He had been asked to respond to the notice by 5 p.m. on April 2nd. The Congress had approached the Election Commission against Sarma over his alleged threatening remarks on a BPF leader and ally of the Congress in the current election. Union Minister of Environment, Forest and Climate Change Prakash Javadekar has said that the government will change all normal bulbs of 40 to 60 watts with LED bulbs in a few years from now. He said in the last 6 years of Narendra Modi government, 2 billion normal bulbs have been replaced with LED bulbs. Addressing Sri Ram College of Commerce Business Conclave through video conference, Javadekar said this initiative will not only help save carbon emissions but also save energy. He also mentioned that India is one of the leading countries in renewable energy, and at present the country's renewable energy capacity is 136 gigawatt. Javadekar informed that India has already reduced its emissions intensity by nearly 26% and it is committed to cut it by 35% by 2031.
More actions to save ourselves. We will make a competition for college campuses, universities, to become sustainable green campus. What are the fundamentals of that competition? First is consume less water and generate more water. For maintaining water and increasing the groundwater table, we have to plant greenery. That also creates.
In Guwahati today, top Congress leader Salman Khurshid slammed the BJP over the Citizenship Amendment Act and said its implementation will pose a grave threat to the identity and culture of people of Assam. Khurshid said BJP's hypocrisy has been exposed on solving foreigners' problem of Assam when it had brought Ka. He said that Ka is opposite to the aspirations of the people of Assam. He added that both Rahul and Priyanka Gandhi have been able to generate public support towards the party in Assam. Rahul Gandhi and Priyanka Gandhi had addressed a series of election rallies in Assam.
उससे एक नई उमंग, एक नई उम्मीद बनी थी। उसको पूर्ण रूप से क्रियान्वित करने के लिए इतना समय लग गया है, लेकिन तोड़ मरोड़ के जो राजीव जी ने चाहा था, तोड़ मरोड़ के उसको प्रस्तुत किया जाए और जहां पहचान को सुरक्षित रखने की बात है।
President Ramnath Kovind has been shifted from the ICU to a special room in the AIIMS, New Delhi today. Rashtrapati Bhavan in a tweet said his health has been improving continuously. Doctors are constantly monitoring his condition and have advised the president to take rest. President Kovind has undergone a successful bypass heart surgery in the AIIMS. After his surgery, the president said he was touched by messages from citizens and leaders from India and abroad wishing him speedy recovery. The banned militant outfit of United Liberation Front of Assam Independent has released one of the two abducted employees, Pranab Kumar Gogoi of New Delhi headquartered Quipo Oil and Gas Infrastructure Limited, on Saturday somewhere in Arunachal Pradesh bordering Myanmar. But whereabouts of the other abducted employee, Ram Kumar, is yet to be known. Pranab Kumar Gogoi, a drilling superintendent, and Ram Kumar, a radio operator with the oil company, were abducted on December 21st last from the company's hydrocarbon drilling site in Arunachal Pradesh's Changlang district. Pranab Kumar Gogoi hails from Shibohagar district of Assam. Ram Kumar is from Bihar. The banned militant outfit was under tremendous pressure from various organizations of Assam for release of both the employees of the private oil company. According to reports, they are likely to reach Assam soon. Now it's time for us to take a short break. We'll be back with more news. Stay tuned.
Hey girls! Hi! Congratulations! आज तो पार्टी चाहिए। पहले चैंपियन के साथ सेल्फी लेंगे।
आइडिया, यही करते हैं पार्टी।
पिज्जा पार्टी, ये। चल अपना कार्ड और पिन दे।
मेरे कार्ड की डिटेल्स मैं खुद ही डालूंगी। आरबीआई कहता है अपना पिन, ओटीपी, सीवीवी या इंटरनेट बैंकिंग पासवर्ड किसी के साथ शेयर ना करें। ऑनलाइन बैंकिंग सिर्फ अपने कंप्यूटर, मोबाइल और सिक्योर नेटवर्क से करें।
बाय गर्ल्स, कहाँ जा रही है? सुना नहीं? नो शेयरिंग।
आरबीआई कहता है जानकार बनिए, सतर्क रहिए।
Welcome back. Election Commission has suspended two security officials in Assam EVM controversy. The action has been taken against them for leaving behind a stranded polling party and not ensuring their safe arrival at destination. The poll panel took the action on the basis of report of the special observer over the incident. The Commission has already suspended 4 poll officials, including the presiding officer responsible for the lapses. The poll body has also ordered for a repoll at polling station number 149 in Assam's Ratabari Assembly constituency in Karimganj district. On Thursday, an incident of EVM being carried in a private vehicle of a BJP candidate was reported. The Power Grid has decided to regulate power to the state starting 14 April 2021 as the Meghalaya Energy Corporation Limited MEECL has failed to clear the outstanding dues to the Power Grid. Deputy Chief Minister Preston Tinsong said that the MEECL has received a letter from the Power Grid and the government is trying to work out details and are doing their best to clear their dues. In order to bail out the MEECL from the financial mess, the state government is depending on the loan granted by the union government and the Atmanirbhar scheme of about 1,345 crore rupees. The centre has asked the states reporting a surge in COVID-19 cases to take immediate and high effective measures to ensure containment of active cases and daily deaths through adherence of the standard clinical management protocol. Cabinet Secretary Rajiv Gauba yesterday chaired a high-level review meeting with Chief Secretaries, DG Police and Health Secretaries of all states and union territories. During the meeting, it was pointed out that Tier 2 and Tier 3 cities along with peri-urban areas have recorded a recent rise in COVID cases. It was also highlighted that the spread of infection from these areas to the rural areas with weak health infrastructure would overwhelm the local administration. The states have been asked to increase testing continuously to ensure that positivity comes down to 5% or less. Focus on ensuring RT-PCR tests should comprise 70% of total tests and setting up of containment zones and micro-containment zones to break the chain of transmission were also advised. Over 7,30,54,000 doses of COVID vaccine have been administered to the beneficiaries in the country so far. Union Health Ministry said that more than 30,93,000 doses were given to the beneficiaries in the last 24 hours. Meanwhile, the country's COVID-19 recovery rate reached 93.36% with a total recovery of more than 44,000 patients in the last 24 hours. Presently, the total number of active cases in the country is over 6,58,000, which comprises only 5.32% of the total positive cases. More than 89,000 new cases of COVID-19 have been reported in the country in the past 24 hours, taking the cumulative cases to over 1,23 lakh. The Health Ministry said 714 deaths have been reported during the last 24 hours, taking the toll to 1,64,110 across the country. In terms of the COVID scenario in the northeast, Arunachal has reported 5 active cases followed by 16,785 cured cases, even as the dead tallied 56. Reporting 562 active cases in its kitty, Assam has logged 2,15,517 released cases. Case load for the dead is 1,107. Saddled with 57 active cases, Manipur has topped 28,975 discharged cases, even as the death toll is 374. Meghalaya has 64 active cases, 13,868 cured cases, even as the dead account for 150. Reporting 40 active cases, Mizoram has logged 4,436 released cases, while the death toll is 11. Embroiled with 131 active cases, Nagaland has topped 12,138 cured cases. The tally for the dead is 92. Reporting 46 active cases, Sikkim has logged 6,064 discharged cases. The death toll is 135. In Tripura, active cases number 56, while cured cases stood at 33,075. The dead tallied 392. And to end the news, here are the main points once again. BJP leader and Prime Minister Modi urges militant outfits to shun violence and contribute in making Atmanirbhar Assam. Election campaign gains momentum ahead of third and final phase of polls in Assam. Election Commission reduces Himanta's campaign bound. Government to replace all normal bulbs with LED bulbs in the next few years, says Environment Minister Prakash Javadekar. Congress leader Salman Khurshid slams BJP over Citizenship Amendment Act 2019. And Ulfa releases one of the 2 abducted Kripo employees. And that brings us to the end of this evening's bulletin. Thank you for tuning in. Namaskar.